You're asking for me or anybody else to stay stable in a world that constantly moves. The end.
You've got your perspective. I just want to be happy. Don't you want to be happy?
What you'll notice where I go here is there's not many things I believe in. There's just a couple things that are unbelievably true with the way that humans interact, and the internet, and specifically this device right now, have a very big say in the way that all of us in this room can achieve our ambitions, whether that's financial or emotional, whether that's for a business or a startup, whether that's to grow within an organization or start your own business. So the thing that I've been chasing since I was a very little boy is attention. To me, the only thing that 100% connects every person in this room is that we need somebody's attention before we can tell them what they want, whether we're running for governor, whether we're selling sneakers, whether we want somebody to give us money for our app or become the mayor of our town. No matter what you do in this room, besides all being human beings, the one thing, no matter where you are on your business journey right now or your life journey, is that attention is the fundamental asset. The amount of attention the end consumers in Poland give to Instagram and Facebook are extraordinary. The amount of you and the rest of the business world here, big and small, that are pouring money into it is very low. The delta is extraordinary. And if you ask me what the number one thing that would excite me tactically out of this talk is to get so many more of you to spend in those two platforms for whatever business ambition you have. And so many, unfortunately, think that it's not for them, or the platform doesn't have their customers on it, or that it doesn't work because they've run some ads and it didn't work. And in that misinformation is all of the opportunity. There's attention. People still see commercials. But the amount of people in 2018, when a commercial comes on, that go and look at this in between TV versus how many people did that in 1998? In 1998, this didn't exist. You're watching the mean cooking lady. When it goes into commercial, you're watching that fucking commercial. Maybe you'll talk to your parent, but maybe you'll cook a microwave, but you're watching. In 2018, everybody in here, the second it goes to commercial, grabs this. And now this gets the attention. I did a little homework. That commercial in Polish TV has gone up in price, not down. It's more expensive, not less. Yet, all of you and everybody in this beautiful country's attention goes here. It's now overpriced attention. I have never been to Poland before, and I'm so happy to be here. I looked at my phone the entire time. I've never been in this country. I wanted to come to this country because it's so close to where I was born. I got into a car. It's the first time I'm here. And outside the fact that they wanted to show me one building, your main building, which is beautiful, by the way, besides looking at that building for 13 seconds, I looked at my phone the whole time. 20 years ago, I would have watched outside very carefully and looked at all the beautiful differences and similarities. But what I also would have seen was the billboards that you have on your highways and roads. That billboard used to have more value. Today, it's gone up in price from 15 years ago, yet everybody here, when they're not driving as a passenger, is looking at their fucking phone. My friends, understanding this is very, very important. The amount of people in here who are wasting money in marketing every day because it used to work is the opportunity and the danger depending on how you're navigating your business and your life. What used to work is always the thing that's going to put you out of business. Looking backwards allows somebody to pass you. I am astonished by how many people, when they produce content for the internet, produce it for their self-interest, not for their audiences. I am astonished by how many of you, and I can think about 12 to 15 of you, and I'm trying to see if I can see any of your faces. I was astonished by how many of you produce content just in your best interest, not in your audience's. It's about you and what you're trying to sell. And for you, and every post, and every post, and every post, I know it makes me cry. She's right, the baby's fucking right. Just like attention, supply and demand is everything. And if you're gonna be a personal brand or a coach or an influencer or have an app or sell something, you have to understand, in 2018, in a world of Amazon and Facebook and Instagram, everybody's gonna do that. There's nothing anybody here is gonna start that can't be started by hundreds of thousands, millions, and tens of millions of people for the same zero cost. The great thing about the internet is that we all can play. The terrible thing about the internet is that we can all play. It means you have to actually be good. Yesterday I was in London, a girl came up to me, she stood on stage, I was about to leave, but she was very emotional, I wanted to do it nice, so I came over. She said to me, I've been trying so hard for a year to build influence, and I'm like, well, how old are you? She's like, 20. I'm like, well, what do you want to talk about? Well, I just want to talk. I'm like, why would anybody fucking listen to you? And I wasn't trying to razz her, I was trying to get her to answer a question. I've always felt comfortable producing content because I didn't produce content for the first 15 years of my career. I first built an actual company. I then actually was right about where the internet was going. I then actually invested in Facebook and Twitter and was right. And then I had the audacity to think that I was worth listening to. Today, everybody just wants to be listened to because they want to get attention to then sell something. Do you know how fucking crazy that is? You need to first put yourself in a place to get the attention. I do not want you to hire a 24-year-old from the Ukraine to run ads for you. I want you to figure it out for yourself. Entrepreneurs, raise your hand. Raise it high and keep it up for a second. Every single person in this room who's got their hand up has to go home, search Google, and type in, how do I run Instagram ads for a lawyer in Poland? How do I run Facebook ads for a banker in Poland? This thing, Google, is fucking crazy. I don't know if you've ever used it. It's got the fucking answers. You have to read it. Look, I'm terrible at reading and learning, terrible. But I'm good at listening. So whether you have to read 10 articles, whether you have to listen to 10 podcasts, whether you have to watch 55 videos on YouTube, you have to. Everybody who raised their hands have to, in my opinion, have to, on 25 years of business success, has to learn how to do it themselves. You go into your laptop or phone and you place the ad. You have somebody record or you write the picture. You have to see it. You have to taste it. Because if you do not, you will be leaving the biggest opportunity for a business person, human, or entrepreneur on the table since 2001 to 2003 Google. And let me remind everybody here, the biggest advertiser in the first 5 years of Google was Amazon. The number one person that put the most money into Google during the best era was a company, small company out of Seattle called Amazon. Everybody here knows Amazon right this second for many reasons. Jeff Bezos is an incredible entrepreneur, but do not get it confused. Google advertising was a substantial reason why. The amount of business I'm doing for VaynerMedia and for me by putting out content on LinkedIn is remarkable. It's really what we dreamed it could be 5 years ago of, could you imagine if LinkedIn became a business Facebook? It has. If you are in the B2B space here and you are not attacking LinkedIn by putting out articles, videos, and pictures every day, you are leaving money and opportunity on the table. Content is the gateway drug to success in our society. Content is what makes people do something. You now have the ability to make it and have happen for you what you want. It's sitting right in front of you, and 99% of you are not making enough of it. I'm making 80 to 100 pieces a day, and I'm not making enough of it. There's nothing else to say. I promise you, over the next half decade, Coca-Cola and IBM and Kentucky Fried Chicken and Hard Rock, the cafe I did see when we were driving here, and everybody else is gonna wake up and they're gonna start running ads on Facebook and Instagram, and you're not gonna get in front of 1,000 people in Poland for $5 anymore. It's gonna cost $80. And the other thing is, everybody here is not gonna be looking at their stream very carefully as they were today in 5 years, just like they don't look at their email as carefully today as they did 10 years ago. Attention is the asset. Executing against it is how you win. I really, really, really appreciate your attention, and thank you for having me. You basically asked me, hey, in the fitness industry, a lot of people are being sold that they can get into shape by not doing anything. I want to get them to get into shape by actually doing push-ups. Teach people how to do push-ups. There's plenty of people winning on Facebook that are not pushy. Mm-hmm. The problem is 98% of people are pushy. That's why you see so much of it.
Yeah, but there's nothing really coming out of it. We feel that they are too pushy and we reject it at the beginning.
No shit.
So we have to be pushy anyway.
No, you don't be pushy.
Don't be pushy. Don't be pushy.
Don't be pushy.
But how to do it practically?
By giving people information. I think I'll give you the answer because I'm playing around here a little bit, and I think this will make sense to you. If everybody in here thought that they were a media publisher, not an advertiser, they would make different content. Instead of thinking you're making a television commercial, think that you're making a television show. Got it? You're making commercials on Facebook. That's when you're pushy. When you start thinking about making a show, now you're bringing value, entertainment, information, utility. That's how you do it.
So basically, my business is based on eBay platform. And I know eBay platform super well. I know that platform better than...
Which platform?
eBay.
eBay.
Yeah.
Good.
I know this platform better than my girlfriend. But at the same time, eBay is like living the psycho man. You never know what's going to happen.
You never know what's going to happen in life.
Yeah, especially with eBay. But anyway.
No. It's what you know well, which is why you know how unstable and how much it moves. The only reason you're saying that is you have expertise in eBay. I promise you, you never know what's going to happen in social. You never know what's going to happen in crypto. You never know what's going to happen in Madison Avenue and Wall Street and Warsaw and Silicon Valley. You could get hit by a bus tonight and die. You never know anything.
Okay, so I'm going to go to question. So there are two statements in business. One statement is that we need to go all in, 100% into it. And another statement is that we need to create some different sources of income.
Both. You're 20 fucking years old. 16, 19, 23. Right?
26, but yeah.
Fine, you look great. Anyway.
Thank you.
Both. Keep crushing eBay and establish other revenue streams too.
So you mean like keep doing on eBay and also establish Amazon, Etsy, and so on?
100%.
Thank you.
And you know why, right? Mm-hmm. Because you have the time to work 10 hours more a day.
Also, do you see a dropshipping like long-term thing,
Yes.
long-term business?
Yes.
And
selling shit will always be around.
Can I take photos?
Sometimes markets are better. Sometimes Shopify's better than Amazon. Sometimes eBay's better than Craigslist. Sometimes Facebook Marketplace. Shit will always change. eBay didn't fucking exist 20 years ago. You're asking for me or anybody else to stay stable in a world that constantly moves. The end.